this movie, we've opened up our HTML and CSS files inside Dreamweaver. We've done that because creating a whole bunch of absolutely positioned divs is something that a WYSIWYG editor is really good at. Using Dreamweaver, you can just draw the boxes and not have to figure out for yourself exactly where everything begins and ends. For those of you following along in the exercise files, this is AJAX/chapter06/04, and we're looking at script.html and script.css. In the insert bar, you'll need to go to Layout. And then the second button over, you'll see is Draw AP Div. AP stands for Absolutely Positioned. So click that. And you'll get crosshairs. And what you'll need to do is draw a positioned box on top of each of the boxes on the screen. But first, after you draw each one, you'll draw it, and then you select it. You select your div, and then go down to the Property Inspector. We'll give it a name of S01. Then we tab over to the z-index and blank it. And now we go on to the next one. Click on Draw AP Div. Draw our next box. Select it. This one's going to be S02. Tab over to z-index. Blank it. Our third. There it is. Select it. S03. Delete the z-index, and so on. You'll see that as we create them, each one is showing up in our local style. Keep doing this for the 25 boxes on the screen. When you're done, you should have S01 through S25, and through the magic of editing, we'll come back and I'll have all of them done. Okay, now I've got 25 position divs, and hopefully you do too. You'll see over here I have 1 through 25, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them over here, and then I'm going to right-click and choose Move CSS Rules. It comes up with the default of script.css, which is exactly what I want. I say, OK, and now all of these rules are inside our script.css file. And now I can save both files, and I'll have exactly what I need to start working with AJAX. Now let's go and take a look at the code that Dreamweaver created for us that we didn't have to type in by hand. What you'll see in the HTML file is a whole bunch of divs with IDs from S01 to S25. And in our CSS file, you'll see everything we had before, but down at the end, there's a whole bunch of new rules from S01 through S25, all with position of absolute, height and width of about 50, and a particular top and left so that each position is unique for each div on the screen. It looks like it's still the same boxes that were there before, but there's now a whole lot more code behind it. Next up, we'll take a look at the XML file that drives this AJAX application.